Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Manieri. I am the Director of Programs at Latino Service Providers. I graduated from LC Allen High School in 2017. And I currently live in Santa Rosa in Roseland. I've lived in Southwest Santa Rosa basically my whole life. I went to Lawrence Cook Middle School. For elementary school, I went to Wright Elementary School, and then, like I said, LC Allen High School. After high school, I went to Dominican University of California, and then I got my master's at UCSF. Um, a little bit about me. My mom is from Mexico and my dad is from Venezuela, so I grew up in a very multicultural household. Both of my parents are immigrants to this country, and so I'm a first generation person here, along with my younger brother who is 22 years old. Um, and um, and what I do for work, I run an internship program at a local nonprofit. I'll tell you a little bit about my journey working in a nonprofit, or how I got to where I am. I never thought I'd be working in a nonprofit, especially not when I was in high school. But what I do now, I run an internship program for bilingual, bicultural Latino youth in Sonoma County, and we train our youth in community health work. And so we do a lot of work to talk about mental health in the Latino community, to educate and provide resources around emergency preparedness and civic engagement and environmental justice, among other topics and areas of interest of our youth. And so if you're interested in a paid internship opportunity, please reach out to me. I'll share my contact information at the end of this video. But that's what I do. And so a little bit about my journey and how I got here. When I was 19 years old and in college, I started working for a nonprofit in Santa Rosa called Verity, and Verity is Sonoma County's Rape Crisis Center. And I joined as a crisis line coordinator. So I was responsible for staffing a 24/7 crisis line with volunteers and managing a volunteer program. And that was a really big life-changing experience for me. Around the same time, I changed majors in college from biology to public health. When I was in high school, I learned that I was really good at science. I had Miss Bustamante as a teacher, and she made me just really fall in love with human anatomy and health science. So I thought that's what I wanted to study in college. And when I got to college and started taking classes toward my major, I realized that wasn't what I wanted to do. So I looked around and I found a major that was more in alignment with what I felt was my passion, and that ended up being public health. So around the same time that I started working for Verity, I switched majors to public health, and I also was doing an internship at Santa Rosa Community Health, and I was working with our Latino community around education for pre-diabetic children or diabetic children. And so we were doing a lot of health education, nutritional, we provided nutritional resources, and I loved it. I loved the work, and so I realized that I really loved working with people, and I loved my job at a nonprofit, and that kind of encouraged me to continue on that path. So currently, I also sit on the Santa Rosa City Schools Board of Education. So my mission really is to make sure that our students in Southwest Santa Rosa and the students that I see myself in at LC Allen High School, really, they're not left behind, that you're not left behind, that I know what it's like to come from a community where people look at you and they already have assumptions about you. And a lot of those assumptions are false. And I have friends and people that I know that went to LC Allen High School and are my age or older and are doing really great things. And so just a lot of the things that people say about us, they're just not true. And so I want to make sure that people know who we really are, and that our students feel proud of where they come from, and that they know that they can do whatever it is that they set their minds to, because I really do believe that. I wasn't the best student in high school. I was in the UC program. I took AP and honors classes, but I got kicked out of the program. And that was a pretty devastating point in high school for me. It had a really big impact, but I really didn't want to let that bring me down. I wanted to continue to make my parents proud. They came to this country for a better future for me and my brother. So I didn't want to let them down. So I kept going, and here I am. And so I just want to also share that with you to encourage anyone who might be going through a rough time. I know it's really hard right now to keep going and to remember what motivates you, and to make sure that that is what you keep coming back to. If I could offer any kind of advice to you all or to anyone who's watching, this was advice that was shared to me when I was at Elsie from Jan Farron. He was a big, he was an impactful person in the music department. I was also a music student at Elsie. I was the captain of drumline my senior year, and then co-captain sophomore and junior year. And I was in the jazz band and what used to be Madrigals and is now Lobo Songs. So I also did a little bit of music education in college. But Jan shared with me when I was in high school that our purpose in life is to figure out what we're good at and to share that with the world. And those are words that I live by and that I want to share with you all. That it doesn't matter, what anyone says. It doesn't matter if you're kind of on this already set path. What is most important is to figure out what you're good at, what makes you happy, what you're passionate about, what you're good at, and then to share that with the world, whatever that might be. For me, it was working with people, and it's organizing and coordinating. I'm very good with a lot of administrative type of things that may sound boring, but that's what I'm good at. And so I try to use that to benefit my community and to achieve my personal mission of uplifting our youth and to make sure that everyone has equal opportunities. So I said I would share my contact information. So this is my phone number, and you are all more than welcome to use it and to get a hold of me if you're interested in the internship program that I run. It's a paid internship program, like I mentioned earlier. My phone number is 707-535-9195, and my email is smanieri@latinoserviceproviders.org. So with that, I'm really grateful for this opportunity, and I hope to hear from some of you. So great job, everyone, and hang in there.